Howdy, Michael, the Mercedes guy here, and today I'll show you how you can refinish your Bundt alloy style wheels. So, first off, you want to make sure that all your wheels are the same width. And you want to cut off the valve stem, and then this area here that's been curbed, because it is just minor damage, and some people would use a grinder. I actually prefer this sander. It makes it easier to get it smoothed up. Then pressure wash. Then use like 360 sandpaper, wet, dry sandpaper, and sand wet to all the areas that you can easily get to. Then pressure wash again and let dry very well. Then shoot it with some light gray primer. And then I found that both of these products work well. I bought about 8 different brands and tested them for the most amount of metal flake, and both of these worked really well over other brands. Then do very light mist coats until you have achieved the complete paint job. For the lug bolts, I use a wire wheel to clean up the bolt heads. And for the caps, first off, you want to make sure that all 3 plastic tabs are in place. If they aren't, you need to get other caps. Now you can actually buy these pretty cheap, new. I try to recycle, so I use paint remover and then a very fine wire brush to clean it up, and the same thing, primer, then your color coat. And for doing the lug bolts, I set up a couple pieces of wood that are spaced with some sheetrock screws here, and that way you can shoot a whole bunch of them at once. And as you can see, it turns out pretty nice. Of course, when you install a tire on a wheel, you're going to scratch it a little bit. So you want to have a fine painter's brush to do a little bit of touch-up on the rim and on your lug bolts, because it'll chip a little bit. And if you want it perfect, you can touch it up. And you'll end up with a pretty nice job for a fraction of the cost of buying new ones.